Hello, this is Riti Bhatnagar, and this is my algebra project. I'm going to be doing the dessert menu. And before you are able to solve the word problems, I'll show you how to solve a system of equations word problems so you can solve the word problems. So, first I'm going to solve for x. By using the elimination method, I've already eliminated these two variables, -3 and 3. So that would equal to 0. -4 plus -5 equals to -9x, and -11 plus -61 equals to -72. So x equals to 8. To solve for y, we're just going to plug in what we got for x. So I'm going to use the first problem as the example. Plus -11. So I'm going to write it as 8 comma -6. There was once a man named Ebenezer Scrooge. He was greedy and never believed in the Christmas spirit. He scorned everyone who did. One night on Christmas Eve, Scrooge's nephew invited him over to Christmas dinner on Christmas. "Bah, humbug," he responded as he angrily sat down to count his money. Scrooge has 36 coins totaling $3, and all his coins are nickels and quarters. How many nickels and quarters does he have? Here I broke down the problem. Did you get the answer right? Suddenly, on the night of Christmas Eve, his old friend and business partner, Marley, came to visit him. He was covered in chains, and with great agony was he able to reach Scrooge's level. "All the chains that are on me are all the sins that are preventing me to go to heaven. Scrooge, if you do not fix your ways, you will have far more chains than I have. I sent 3 spirits to visit you: Christmas past, Christmas present, and Christmas future. They'll fix your ways." Horrified, Scrooge tried to go back to bed, but he tossed and turned. In a matter of minutes, an array of candles encircled his room. On his dresser there were 3 large candles and 7 small candles weighing 45 ounces. On his nightstand there are 3 large candles and 6 small candles weighing 42 ounces. How much does each candle weigh? Did you get the answer right? Suddenly, a small man, about a foot tall, with a teardrop-like head and a candle body, appeared in front of Scrooge's face. "Who are you?" Scrooge asked in panic as he scrambled away. A soft smile appeared on the man's face as he said, "I'm here to show you your past." The man grabbed Scrooge's hands, which were hard and old, while his were soft and youthful. They floated in the air together, and the night sky engulfed their minds. As they landed, Scrooge saw a version of his younger self sitting alone in an empty classroom. "I was alone with Fan that year," he exclaimed with a frown on his face. "I've been alone for Christmas a lot, hoping someone would come and celebrate with me." "And now you're willingly spending them by yourself," said the spirit. His hand was grabbed by the small man again to show a Christmas party with his first boss, who treated him more than just an employee. Scrooge was in his 20s at the time, and he danced the night away. He also met his fiancée Belle at the party. He was so innocent at the time and wasn't greedy. As time went on, Scrooge became more successful and greedy. He was so selfish that his fiancée Belle left him, furthermore was happily married and enjoying Christmas with her new family. Scrooge woke up from his bed in cold sweat and a beating heart. He thought that his journey was over, but he was far from correct. He heard large stomps down the hallway. Scrooge entered the room where he heard the noise from. The room was decorated lavishly, and there were presents under a large Christmas tree. There are a total of 120 presents under the Christmas tree. The tree only used red and gold wrapping paper for its presents. If the presents in the red wrapping paper weigh 5 ounces and the presents in the gold wrapping paper weigh 1 ounce, and there's a total of 160 ounces worth of presents under the Christmas tree, how many presents are under the Christmas tree? Did you get the answer right? A giant that resembled to Santa Claus stomped into the room. Well, well, look what we have here, the giant exclaimed, allowing himself to have a hearty laugh. You don't know how much trouble you caused, don't you? What do you mean? Scrooge asked bewilderingly. You're quite oblivious, said the giant as he picked up Scrooge from the back of his shirt. Hey, let me go, Scrooge said as he screamed until he realized that his attempts were futile. Look, the man demanded. Below Scrooge's feet, there were people bustling around the town and caroling on every corner you turned. Why are you showing me this? Scrooge asked the man. You talk too much, the man exclaimed with a chuckle. Right now, what they were seeing was the good part of town. A narrow alleyway led to a place behind all the good buildings, and the only thing that was there was some poorly done houses, stray dogs, and dirty streets. Living in one of those houses was Scrooge's assistant, Bob Cratchit. He entered the home with a hearty smile, and he exclaimed, I'm home for Christmas. Everyone came up to him and hugged him. Cratchit's wife was just surprised by the fact that Scrooge allowed him to go home for Christmas. It was about time that rotten man gave you a day off. He'd bloody work all day, but barely get 1 shilling for it. Scrooge is not as bad of a man as you think he is, Cratchit said. On a brighter note, let's call the kids and bring out dinner. The kids rushed to the living room. On the table there was a scrawny turkey, only able to feed 4 at most, but was feeding 6. On the side there was 1 bowl of mashed potatoes. Wow, the kids exclaimed. For them it was a lot to eat. Cratchit went to Tiny Tim's room to pick him up. His legs were gone, and everyone knew, including Tim, that this would be his last Christmas. However, everyone masked their grief and enjoyed their Christmas. No, please tell me Tiny Tim lives, Scrooge pleaded. If the course of events do not change, then I am afraid not, the giant said. Before I go, the giant said, I need to show you something. He opened his coat that he was wearing to reveal unsightly children. They gnarled and had hideous fangs. Scrooge backed away as the giant said, The boy is ignorance and the girl is want. Don't let them get out of control. The giant let out a malicious laugh, and the children encircled Scrooge. Get them away from me, Scrooge pleaded. It's funny because you were giving them so much importance before you got to see who they really were, the giant replied as he disintegrated into the air with the children. Scrooge took in a large breath of relief. Then he saw a shadow of a man in a hood. He looked like a Grim Reaper. The man grabbed Scrooge and showed him the grave of a wealthy old man. Everyone disliked the man, and the funeral was only attended by local businessmen looking for free food. The workers of this man took the riches and sold them to get more money. A poor couple was rejoicing for no longer having to pay debt back to this man. Furthermore, everyone attended the funeral of Tiny Tim, for he had died because in the future Scrooge did not change his ways. Scrooge swallowed the lump in his throat, and in a cracked voice he asked, Whose grave is this? The shadowed man looked straight towards Scrooge and pointed his finger right at him. The floor was opening, waiting for Scrooge to fall. Please don't kill me, I've learned my lesson. Suddenly Scrooge opened his eyes up, and he was back in bed. It was morning. It's Christmas, Scrooge rejoiced. He called up his nephew Fred to tell him that he was coming to the Christmas party. He gave money to all the food and social centers that he turned down. Finally, he picked up a hearty meal for Bob Cratchit. He picked up 2 turkeys. One weighed 4 lbs, more than the other one, to equal 20 pounds worth of turkey. How much did a turkey weigh? Thank you for enjoying this story. I hope you learned how to solve word problems, and I hope you got this problem right.